Good day. Welcome to News Now on TV360. I am Thelma Okoro. Nigeria President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Babachir David Lawal as Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Alhaji Abba Kyari as Chief of Staff to the President, and Colonel Hamid Ibrahim Ali as Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service. He also approved the appointment of other officers. Kure Martin Abeshi was named as the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service. Senator Ita Enang was named as SSA to the President on National Assembly matters for the Senate. And Honorable Suleiman Kawu was named as the SSA to the President on National Assembly matters for the House of Representatives. A statement by the presidential spokesperson, Femi Adesina, on Thursday said the appointments are with effect from August 27th, 2015. The National Emergency Management Agency has evacuated 5,000 persons from communities of Dikwa local government area of Borno State, Northeast Nigeria. Northeast Coordinator of NEMA, Mohammed Kana, while speaking to newsmen in Maiduguri, said the communities were recently liberated by the Nigerian Army after being occupied by suspected Boko Haram insurgents for several months. Kana said those evacuated were mainly children, women and the elderly who were freed in the recent military operation in the area. According to him, the evacuated persons are camped at Sanda Karimi Internally Displaced Persons Camp in Maiduguri for proper care. President Muhammadu Buhari gave the service chiefs in Nigeria just 3 months to terminate the activities of Boko Haram insurgency in the country. It's been 500 days now since over 200 schoolgirls were kidnapped from their secondary school in Chibok, Borno State, Northeast Nigeria. The Islamic sect Boko Haram were blamed for the attack, which caused global outrage. Members of the Bring Back Our Girls group in Lagos State, Southwest Nigeria, staged a march on Thursday to commemorate the kidnap and remind government officials that the girls are still yet to be found. Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode met with the group and promised better security measures for all schools in the state. The Bring Back Our Girls group started their campaign immediately after the abduction of the schoolgirls and has since gathered global support for putting pressure on the Nigerian government to find the missing girls. President Muhammadu Buhari has warned civil servants across the country to shun corrupt practices or be ready to leave the civil service. The permanent secretary in the office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mohammed Bakar, said President Buhari gave the warning when he was briefed on the activities of the General Services Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Bukar said the president underscored the importance of strict adherence to the rules and laws guiding public service. Since assuming power officially in May 29, President Muhammadu Buhari has embarked on a war against corruption. The Nigerian ambassador to the United States, Adebowale Adefuye, has died. Adefuye died in an undisclosed hospital in Washington, D.C., United States of America on Thursday. He was aged 68. Before his demise, Adefuye was appointed the head of the Nigerian mission to the U.S. in 2010 by former President Goodluck Jonathan. He also served as an ambassador to Jamaica and Deputy High Commissioner in the UK before assuming the post of Nigeria's ambassador to the U.S. Adefuye will be remembered for his persistent lobbying for Nigeria to be delisted as a country of interest in the American terrorist watch list and tackling the U.S. government over its refusal to sell arms to Nigeria to aid in fighting insurgency. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, John Oyegun, has said the party's victory at the just concluded general elections calls for more sense of commitment and responsibility. Oyegun was speaking at the party secretariat on Thursday in Abuja during a workshop organized for the party's auditors in all the 36 states of the federation. He said that as the party basks in the euphoria of its achievements during the elections, it therefore befits members of the party to conduct themselves in a manner worthy of emulation at all times.
I want to remind you that the great victory also comes with an even greater sense of commitment and responsibility. It is not safer to state that now that we are in government and in line with the party manifesto and our change mantra, we have only just started a journey of probity, transparency, and sincerity of purpose. Our conduct must at all times be worthy of emulation in the way we live, our personal lives, even our personal lives, and more particularly, the way we run the affairs of the party. I call it a journey because all of us must be involved, and no one can afford to be left behind in this new order of managing the affairs of our great but long-suffering country. We must bear in mind that we are the change agents, and our dealings should be worthy of emulation by our party men and women, our friends, even the critical media, whose job it is to keep us on our toes and make sure that we remember our promises to the people of this great nation.
The Federal Road Safety Corps and the National Identity Management Commission has begun the process of harmonizing biometric data as directed by President Muhammadu Buhari. Earlier this month, the President had directed all agencies involved in collection and usage of biometric data in Nigeria to harmonize the data. He urged all the agencies to work collaboratively instead of going in different directions, saying that adequate data was necessary for planning and development in any country. The Director General of NIMC, Chris Onyemenam, said some of the benefits of harmonization include reducing the cost of governance, enhancing public safety and national security, guiding best practices, among others. Following the vacancies created from the recent retirement and promotion of senior police officers, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Solomon Arase, has approved the posting of some senior police officers. 19 AIJs and 49 CPS were redeployed by the police force. IGP Arase urged the police officers to ensure that their policing activities are in conformity with the leadership of the force, which is aimed at ensuring adequate security of lives and properties. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has approved the request of deposit money banks to provide loans to state governments to enable them to pay the backlog of their workers' salaries. A statement issued on Wednesday in Abuja by Muazu Ibrahim, CBN Director, Corporate Communications, disclosed this. According to the statement, the approval was based on the CBN's decision to consider ways of liquidating the outstanding staff salaries owed by some states and local governments. Out of the 27 states involved, 27 funds have been disbursed to just Zamfara and Kwara states who met the requirements as agreed with their respective banks. The DMO says the debt restructuring was open to all the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, look at more news stories. Don't go away.
Hello, you're welcome. You're watching the Funny White Man Show, which is the biggest, the brightest, and the most entertaining show in Africa.
Funny white man, funny white man, funny white man, but this way you talk, it's too much. Give me 5,000 man, that's you. It's too much. So you get it like, Messi move along the street. Ah, yeah, Messi like that, I'm going girl. You know, my own people, actually. Yeah, fine, it's fun. I enjoy it. And I'm one of those very few.
I'm forever taking it personal. I will listen 160 million Nigerians are corrupt. How? My brother, I'm looking for you.
Yeah, but it's a growth, and this is the time to build business. I know the pitfalls, I know what to do and what not to do. But there are months where you get business and months.
You know how we do, how we tell you. We do the way you do.
Hello, you're welcome. You're watching Trending Matters on the Funny White Man Show. Of course, we will bring you trending issues just to entertain and tickle your fancy.
Welcome back. You're watching TV360 News now. To business stories. President Muhammad Buhari says under his leadership, he will work more closely with other countries facing the challenge of falling oil prices to rapidly move away from dependence on crude oil exports for economic survival. Speaking at a meeting with the new ambassador of Saudi Arabia to Nigeria, Fahad Abdullah Saifan, President Buhari affirmed his administration's commitment to faster development of Nigeria's non-oil sectors and the speedy diversification of the country's economy. He said all exporting countries facing similar challenges due to the downturn in the international price of crude oil should be working closer together. Oil prices steadied on Friday after bouncing back from a 6.5-year lows on recovering equities markets, strong U.S. economic growth, and news of low crude supplies from Nigeria. Oil saw its biggest one-day bounce since 2009 on Thursday, with North Sea Brent and U.S. light crude rising more than 10%. Global oil markets have fallen by a third since May and are still well under half their value a year ago, thanks to a huge oversupply of fuel and sluggish demand. But analysts said a stock market rise and strong U.S. growth data and a pipeline outage in Nigeria provided excuses for a sharp rally on Thursday. To international stories now, Hungarian police say they have arrested 4 people over the discovery of the bodies of 71 migrants thought to be Syrian in a lorry in Austria. 3 of those arrested are Bulgarian, and 1 is Afghanistan. The victims included 59 men, 8 women, and 4 children who are thought to have died about 2 days ago. The decomposing bodies were discovered by Austrian police on Thursday morning in the abandoned lorry near the Hungarian border. Officials said the victims probably died after suffocating in the vehicle. This incident is just another indication of the worsening migrant case in Europe. Tens of thousands of migrants from conflict-hit states in the Middle East and Africa have been trying to make their way to Europe in recent months. Meanwhile, migrants continue to die as they try to reach Europe through the central Mediterranean route. Joseph Velowski, a former Archbishop and Vatican envoy to the Dominican Republic, has died before he could be tried for child sex offenses. He had been ill just before the start of his Vatican trial in July. He was accused of paying for sex with children in the Dominican Republic. Wesolowski, who is 66 years old, would have been the first high-ranking church official to be tried on pedophile charges. His case was seen as a test of the Vatican's pledge to stamp out abuse. Last year, the Pope had compared the actions of those who commit such crimes to a satanic mass. To sports stories now, former European champions Celtic and Ajax have both been handed a tough-looking group as they were paired with each other in the UEFA Europa draws. The 2 league sides who last won the Champions League in 1967 and 1994 respectively were both placed in Group A along with high-spending Fenerbahce and former Norwegian champions Molde. Meanwhile, Premier League side Tottenham Hotspurs were given the tough task of facing Belgian champions Anderlecht and former Champions League runners-up AS Monaco, while 5-time European champions Liverpool were paired with Rubin Kazan, Bordeaux and Sion. 8-time German champions Borussia Dortmund were given PAOK, Krasnodar and Kabbalah. Barcelona forward Lionel Messi has been named the UEFA Best Player in Europe. He beats teammate Luis Suarez and fierce rival Cristiano Ronaldo to emerge winner of the award. European football governing body UEFA earlier last month created a list of 10 players comprising of the trio along with Neymar, 5 Juventus players and Chelsea's Belgian winger Eden Hazard to receive the award. Messi's victory ensures he becomes the first player to win the award 2 times. He won the first edition in 2011. We've come to the end of news now. We thank you very much for joining us. I am Thelma Okoro.